day to each and everyone. I am Pearl and S. Cosmod, a student from BSBA HRM First Year Block 1. I believe in the saying that learning is an adventure, and I am excited to explore new ideas with all of you. So the topic that I choose is the American and Japanese taxation system. But before that, I would like to explain to you what taxation is. What are you waiting for? Let's go and let's learn together.
What is taxation? Taxation is how the government collects money to pay for its expenses. It is the most important source of government revenue in modern economies, used for public services like infrastructure, education, defense, and healthcare. American and Japanese taxation system. American taxation system. The purpose of this taxation is to build a modern government infrastructure and transition the Philippines toward economic independence. The system was intended to appear more balanced than the preceding Spanish system. While intended to be more balanced, the tax system still placed a heavy burden on lower-income Filipinos through consumption-based taxes. However, some reforms, such as the abolition of the cedula, provided relief for the poor. The new revenue stream also funded the construction of infrastructure and public services. The American taxation system was imposed by the American colonial government, including civil governors like William H. Taft and Luke E. Wright. Japanese taxation system. The purpose of this taxation is to finance the military occupation and the Greater East Asia Co-Prosperity Sphere, with no regard for the welfare of the Filipino. The Japanese occupation led to the complete collapse of the Philippine economy. Tax collection was nearly impossible during the war years, and the population suffered from economic destruction, famine, and the printing of worthless Mickey Mouse money. The Japanese taxation system was imposed by the Japanese military administration during their occupation. American taxation system effects on Filipinos and its rule and governance. Positive effects. Shift toward internal taxes. Americans aim to make the Philippines economy self-sufficient, in part by shifting reliance away from traditional custom duties and toward internal revenue sources. Expansion of public education. The revenue generated from the new tax system helped fund the expansion of the public school system, a major American initiative. Negative effects. Low revenue generation. The tax system failed to generate enough government revenue to support development projects. Inconsistent land tax collection. A land tax was introduced for both urban and rural properties, but its collection was inconsistent. The American taxation system in the Philippines served several key governance rules. It centralized and modernized revenue collection, funded colonial administration and public works, and sustained the colonial power structure by favoring American and elite Filipino interests. Japanese taxation system effects on Filipinos and its rule in governance. Positive effects. Reconstruction efforts. Efforts were made to replace damaged buildings and infrastructure, which led to some increase in productive activity and employment. Vocational training. The Japanese established vocational schools to teach different livelihood skills, aiming to control and utilize local resources for their war effort. Negative effects. Currency and financial system replacement. The most immediate and destructive action was the Japanese administration's introduction of its own fiat currency, often called Mickey Mouse money by Filipinos. Forced collection and confiscation. The military scrap was forced upon the populace as legal tender, while previous legitimate currency was outlawed. The primary rule of governance for the Japanese taxation system was to extract resources to fund the Japanese war machine, rather than to serve the economic or social welfare of the Filipino people. The primary objectives of rulers are reflected in taxes. Under the Americans, taxes were associated with modernization and governance, whereas under the Japanese, taxes benefited the occupying forces' exploitation and survival. In both historical and modern societies, the primary purpose of taxation has been to raise revenue for government expenditures.